In a world where the lines between political rhetoric and global realities often blur, the discourse surrounding Donald Trump's stance on NATO and his comments about refusing to defend certain allies has sparked a whirlwind of debate and concern. At the core of these discussions lies not just the future of international alliances, but a deeper, more troubling question about the intersection of leadership, reality, and the narratives that shape our understanding of both. Trump's assertions challenge the foundational principles of NATO, an alliance built on mutual defense and shared commitments. By labeling some countries as delinquent and suggesting a willingness to abandon them to potential aggression, Trump's approach represents a stark departure from decades of established foreign policy. This isn't merely a question of financial contributions or defense spending, it's a question of the very essence of alliance and the commitments nations make to one another. The implications of such a stance are profound and alarming. For over 70 years, NATO has stood as a bulwark against aggression, a collective defense mechanism that has contributed to relative peace and stability in the post-World War II era. Trump's remarks not only risk undermining this stability, but also signal a potential shift in how America views its role on the global stage. But beyond the policy implications, there's a deeper narrative at play, a narrative about Trump's grasp on reality. His recounting of supposed conversations with world leaders where they address him with a deference that seems detached from diplomatic norms raises significant questions. These stories, often lacking in corroborating evidence, paint a picture of a leader who blurs the lines between reality and self-aggrandizing fantasy. This tendency to construct narratives that serve his perspective, regardless of their adherence to facts, is not just a matter of political spin. It speaks to a broader issue of how Trump perceives the world and his role within it. The distinction between truth and fiction, between real challenges and imagined slights, becomes not just a personal trait, but a matter of public concern when it influences decisions that have global repercussions. Moreover, Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic exemplifies this disconnect from reality. His response was marked by denial, mismanagement, and an often cavalier attitude towards the facts, culminating in a public health crisis that claimed thousands of American lives. This approach, coupled with his refusal to accept the outcome of the 2020 election, underscores a pattern of behavior that eschews reality in favor of a narrative that suits his aims. In contrast, the scrutiny of Joe Biden's age and decision-making, while a legitimate aspect of political discourse, reveals a double standard. Despite criticisms, Biden's decisions, such as the withdrawal from Afghanistan and significant spending initiatives, have been debated on their merits, reflecting a different approach to leadership, one that, despite its flaws, appears grounded in a recognition of reality and the complexities of governing. As we navigate the intricate landscape of 21st century politics, the conversation about Trump's comments on NATO and his overall approach to leadership invites us to reflect on what we value in our leaders. It compels us to consider the importance of truth, the responsibility of leadership, and the impacts of narratives that diverge from reality. In a world fraught with challenges, from geopolitical tensions to global pandemics, the need for leaders who recognize the difference between reality and fantasy has never been more critical. This discourse is not just about the financial intricacies of NATO or the specifics of defense policy. It's about the fundamental principles that underpin our global order and the qualities we seek in those who lead us. As we look to the future, the choices we make and the leaders we choose will shape not only the direction of our nations, but the very fabric of the international community. In this moment of reflection, the call for leadership that embraces truth, acknowledges reality, and commits to the collective good resonates more profoundly than ever.